Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm Philpott. In a previous video, I unboxed some amazing things from Aquarium Co-Op, as well as some new fish and some other items that I got from other sellers, like Flynn's fish worms. So that was a really cool unboxing. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. I'm going to leave a link either like here or there or somewhere up here, but definitely go check it out if you haven't already. But one of the things that I bought from Aquarium Co-Op is their fry food. I've been using it for about a week and a half, and I really love it personally. Today I'm going to be sharing what I think about it, as well as I'm going to feed it out to a bunch of my tanks. So, you're watching the Fish Bowl. Alright guys, so let's first start with the packaging. So as you can see, it is in this squeeze bottle sort of thing, which I think is really cool. When I first bought it, I thought it was going to be like a gel or softer kind of food, but it's actually just a regular kind of flake food that Aquarium Co-Op had designed, and it's crushed up crazy small. Here, I'll pull some of it out. So, as you can see, it is just like a really fine powder. So even the smallest of fish will eat it. And that's what I think is like really cool. So what's also really nice about the squirt bottle is that allows me just to walk over every single one of my tanks and just quickly go squirt, 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 and then it's really easy to feed out. Also, if you're like a big breeder, I'm not a huge breeder, but if you got 30 tanks of African cichlids or 30 tanks of guppies, you can quickly just walk around spraying this into all your tanks, and that will make feeding a bunch of tanks really easy and really fast. So I really like this packaging. It makes it really easy. However, the couple of downsides. One, I don't know any of the ingredients. Like, you can go on the website and it'll tell you the ingredients, but right off the bat, there's no labeling, nothing on it. They do give you a sticker to put on it, but I didn't because I want to use the sticker for another thing. And you can see one of the large Aquarium Co-Op stickers is right here, so that's really cool. But anyway, there's no ingredients, there's no nutrition facts, so you can look online, but it's a little bit of a hassle. I would really just like to know what it is right off the bat. Also, it's a little small. They do offer replacements, and I assume that has to do with how much he has to buy and shipping. But it's a good size, and for the amount, the price, it's a pretty good amount. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to start feeding out to my tanks, and I'll tell you how my fish like it, and we'll see how they do. Guys, so to start, I'm under my bed right now, which is a little precarious, but we're going to start by feeding my 10-gallon Apistogramma cockatoides tank. I got these in the unboxing as well with the Aquarium Co-Op supplies, so they're still fairly new, and they haven't really taken that much to feeding. They should nip at it, and whatever falls to the ground, they always seem to come back to it. So it takes them a little while, but they're doing pretty well. Also, I just realized that one of them is starting to develop this really nice orange color, so I'm really crossing my fingers hoping that it becomes a really nice male. By the way, it's looking pretty good, saying that he's only like half an inch maybe and still got a pretty nice orange back fin and the top fin, the caudal fin I think it's called, but yeah. So let's feed him, and I'm going to bring the camera closer. Okay, let's zoom out. Oh, sorry, I zoomed in the wrong way. Alright, we're zooming out. Let's open the lid. And then, just as I said before, you just go over and squeeze it. And as you can see, it'll go on the surface. I kind of overfed a little bit, but oh well. So it really spreads out through the water column, which is nice. So it falls right in front of the fish. And this is the guy back here that I was saying is starting to develop that orange color. Not sure if you can see it right now because he's behind the plants, but if you look at his tail, right there, he's starting to develop some really pretty good colors. So yeah, as I said, the fish aren't really going nuts for it, but they definitely pick at it, especially once it's on the ground. So that's this tank. However, what I realized about this food is because it's so fine and it spreads out so much, it can cloud the water a little bit. Like here, let's go from the top. This might not work, but alright, that proved absolutely nothing. But the point is, it does cloud the water a little bit, which isn't great, but in a matter of, I don't know, probably 20 minutes, it's all gone. So that part is really cool. And this is the guy that is really struggling. They're starting to nip on him a little bit. He can't swim at all. But he's still alive to this point. It's been probably like 2 weeks now. Still alive, still trucking along, but I'm just not sure what to do. I could set up another tank for him, but I'm not sure if that'll help very much. But I don't know. So these guys are doing okay on the fry food, but I haven't tried to feed them anything else. So they are eating this and they are staying alive. So that's really cool. And let's move on to the next tank. Alright guys, so we are now looking at my 20-gallon long assorted guppy tank. These guys go absolutely nuts for this fry food. They usually get just the regular Aquarium flakes, which I bought in pretty large containers. This is their normal food. I crushed it up pretty small, and it allows a bunch of different size ranges. So the older and bigger fish eat the larger food, while the smaller fry eat on the really fine food. Also, sure, this quality isn't as good as the Aquarium Co-Op, but after all, they are just guppies. I'm not trying to feed them filet mignon or anything. But this is also much cheaper than this for the amount you get. But that's okay. I personally like feeding a higher quality food to the fish I really care about. So this is their main thing, but I do also feed them this as well as other little small treats. So let's set that down and we'll get on to feeding the tank. Here, I'm going to move the camera closer again. Alright, hold on. I need to adjust it. Alright, there we go. So let's open up the cap and then squirt in. This I feed a lot. And also it kind of just sits on top and then slowly releases down through the water column. So these guys do go absolutely nuts for it. So that's really cool. Also, I've been looking in here, and there are just an insane amount of guppies. Like, I never really noticed. And also, some of them are starting to really look good. Here, let's find a good one. How about... Ooh, that guy. Oh, where is he? The issue with them, the issue with trying to film when they're feeding, is they're just going crazy. That guy looks really good. It's like a half black, white fire pastel. I totally just made that up. I have no idea what they are. But then there are ones like that guy. Oh, that guy. He's pretty cool. And that one's more black and orange. And that's a really cool cobra male. I don't even know. This is just a crazy mutt tank that has cranked out some crazy little weird fish that look pretty good. But yeah, so these guys go absolutely nuts for. And as you can, let's try to find that. Right there. Oh no. So there are some really small fry feeding on these. So that's really the point of the food, and it works out really well. Because it is so small, any guppy, any fish pretty much can eat it right away. So this makes me not have to like get brine, brine shrimp, live baby brine. So I don't have to do that. Don't have to do any live foods. Even though you could, you don't have to, which I think is really helpful and it's really nice. So this tank loves it. Let's move on to the next tank. Alright guys, before we move on to the next tank, I would like to say congratulations to a boy named Drew. Once again, he got the answer right. This is funny because he's gotten like 3, 4, something like that. But he's definitely very good at these questions. But today's question is brought to you by Alexa. I just figured out this new thing that Alexa can do. So let's hear. Alexa, tell me a fish joke. Alexa, tell me a fish joke.
Why don't sharks eat clownfish? Because they taste funny.
Alright guys, if you know the answer to the question, remember to leave it down in the comments below for a chance at a shout out in the next video. Only the person who leaves it down there first will get a shout out in the next video, so remember to do it fast. Alright, but enough said, let's move on to the next tank. Alright guys, so we are now going to be feeding my 40-gallon turtle tank. I'm really curious to see how this does because, as you can see right there, Jeff is in here. And Jeff is a pretty big animal. Like, not like he's big, but he's big compared to the Guppies and big... Oops. But as I was saying, Jeff is pretty big compared to the Guppies and pretty big compared to the Apistos. Also in here, back there, I can't... Oh, he's moved. Whatever. There's a pretty big, or probably a good 4-inch green terror in here. And not only that, there are these pretty big giant danios. So these are pretty big fish, at least compared to the other fish that I've been feeding. These guys are 3.5, 4 inches big, and I'm really curious to see if they're going to be eating this kind of a small food. So let's move the camera closer, and squeeze some food in. They know it's in there, but I'm not sure they know what to do with it. So the giant danios are going after it a little bit, but it's definitely too small for them. Oh, green terror. Let's see what he does with it. Yeah, so the giant danios are definitely picking at the surface. Oh, even Jeff is picking at the surface. Here, let's see if we can get that. In the middle of the pothos. Right through there. There's Jeff. He's such a silly turtle. Oh, and there's my big green terror. He's looking really good right now. Definitely starting to grow into his colors, which is going to be really fun. So yeah, so these guys are going pretty cool. They're going pretty nuts for these guys. And then there's Jeff. But yeah, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. I did not expect them to even go after this at all, but they did. The green terror, it was definitely too small for him, but the Jeff and the giant danio seemed to go after it pretty well. So that's a success. Let's move on to the next tank. Alright guys, so next is this 20-gallon aquarium. I just recently rescaped this tank in my previous video. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. Again, I'm going to leave it somewhere up here or over there somewhere. But so I'm filming this video only 2 days or a day and a half after I rescaped this tank. So I'm not sure how these guys are going to do. And we are in the same kind of, not dilemma, but the same sort of thing we had with Jeff's tank. That we got a big gold 7 right here and a pretty big blue gourami right there. So let's squirt it in and see how they do. So I just fed, and let's zoom in and move. So they're starting to pick at it a little bit. They're not going crazy or anything. The gold Severum is definitely a little confused, but everybody else seems to be doing really well. I did have the blue gourami in the guppy tank for a little while, just as a holding situation, and he was eating a bunch of the flakes, so he's definitely kind of used to that. But the other guys, the platies have seen the flakes, but the gold Severum, I don't think it's ever seen flakes. So that's why he might be a little confused. Also, another issue with this is most of it, as you can see right there, is going down the overflow, which is definitely an issue. But they're definitely picking at it, and definitely a success, I think. Everyone seems to be liking it. Alright guys, so here's my 10-gallon puffer aquarium. Right now, it currently just has 1 pea puffer and then 5 coolie loaches. I have never been able to get any of these guys to eat anything except for frozen bloodworms, so I'm not even going to try to feed the flake food. Over time, I might try to get them onto freeze-dried or something like that, but haven't been able to do anything like that so far. But I'm okay with feeding frozen foods because he seems to like it, and if it increases his happiness, then I'm all for it. So let's move on to the next tank. Alright guys, so behind me is my 29-gallon aquarium. Right now there is only one albino rainbow shark that I recently just got. So another video that I've made. So if you haven't seen that, remember to go check it out. Again, right there or right there. Not sure which side, but go check it out. It's a very cool fish. So he's still pretty small, so I don't see why he won't eat this, but he's still very new, and I don't know. I'm very curious because I haven't seen him attack any other fish or definitely go after any other food very like aggressively, so I'm really curious to see how this goes. So I'm going to grab the food, which I set on the other side of the room, which was not very smart, but I'm going to grab the food and we'll feed him. Alright guys, so I just dumped the food in, and as you can see, it's falling pretty fast. Right now my little guy is just chilling over here. I don't know, I haven't seen him go after anything, but it's definitely getting stirred up by the filter, so it should start falling near him. But also there are just a ton of snails in here which are eating on some goldfish pellets. Oh, here he is. Might be hard to see because the food is so fine, but he is starting to find a couple pieces and going, oh yeah, he's definitely going after it. Alright guys, so early in the video, Alexa asked us, why don't sharks eat clownfish? If you guys know the answer to the question, definitely leave it down in the comments below. But Alexa told me that they don't eat clownfish because they taste funny. So Alexa definitely has all the jokes. Alright guys, well I'm sitting in front of my Guppy tank, and I just feel like I don't film in front of this tank as much as I would like to. I really like this tank, and it definitely is really cool. Right now the camera's a little far away, so you can't pick up all the guppies, but there are definitely a ton in here, which I really love. But, so today we reviewed the Aquarium Co-Op food, the fry food. And in conclusion, I think I really like this food. Most of my fish, if not all of my fish, pretty much went after it really, and took to it really nicely. So that's really good. Also, I really like the delivery method, being able to just walk around and squirt it in all the tanks. That makes it go really fast. And especially if you were like a big breeder, it would make feeding all your tanks really easy and really fast. And that's pretty much the name of the game. That makes it really, it makes fish keeping that much easier. And even fish like Jeff went after it. So that must mean this is a really good food. All my fish seem to like it. The only thing I don't like about it is that the bottle is empty. Like, not empty, but there's no labels. I don't know the ingredients, I don't know the nutrients. So, that's the one thing I think I would change about this. Also, I think they should, well, they do make the refillables, but I think they should sell a bigger size, because I'm already probably like a fourth of the way done, and I've had it for about a week. So I'm definitely going to have, or maybe a week and a half. So I'm definitely going to have to get some more of the refills to feed the tanks that like it, because they really like it. So all in all, I really like this food. I highly recommend getting it. I'm going to leave a link down to the fry food as well as the Aquarium Co-Op page and YouTube channel, because I really like this YouTube channel. So I'll do that, and thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, remember to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I hope everyone has an amazing day, and as always, you've been watching The Fishbowl.